Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm your host, Brad Drake, and this is my AWA save. Today, we have two tapings for AWA Major League Wrestling, and of course, this is our Canadian-only television show. And for those of you that may be new to the channel, and there are a lot of you, the AWA in the 70s and 80s had a television show that was strictly based out of Canada, called Major League Wrestling. So at the time, Canada had a law that you could only record shows for Canadian television. You could only record them in Canada. So the AWA would use the CKND Studios and they would record Major League Wrestling. So really by the late 80s, that went the wayside. They were allowed to syndicate across Canada with footage that was recorded in the States. But we decided a couple months ago in the game here to go ahead and bring that back because it was just something fun to do, and we're doing it. So here we go, and we just secured our venue, which of course is the CKND Studios. We have 0 backstage incidents, which is excellent. And we have our usual. We have our injuries, and Saito is working in Japan again, and Debbie Combs has left us for the greener pastures of the World Wrestling Federation. So let's give a rundown of our card here. We're going to see Madusa Miceli in action, the Texas Hangman, Steve Regal, Scott Steiner, Colonel DeBeers, Bob Backlund will be working a match, Larry Zbyszko, and in the main event, we're going to see Cactus Jack and Greg Wojokowski challenge the Midnight Rockers for the World Tag Team title. Coming up for our next batch of taping, which will air the following week, we're going to see Nick Kenichke in action, Canada's own Nick Kenichke, that is. The Guerrero brothers, Doug Summers, will be in singles action. Ron Simmons and Mr. Saito will not be here, so that's to be determined. Scott Hall, the Midnight Express, and in the main event, the Iron Sheik will face Greg Gagne for the World Television title. So you know what time it is. I know what time it is. Let's get to booking. All right, Sabrina and Madusa Miceli are going to open up here. And here is Sabrina. And there is Madusa Miceli. And of course, this is going to be our usual 3-minute match, but we're using our enhancement match option to cut down on the time. Okay, there's Sabrina, and there is Madusa Miceli. So Madusa is going to go ahead and get another win here, yet she still remains with chilly momentum. Very strange. All right, Madusa gets the win here. Next, we have Becker and Kaluha versus the Texas Hangmen. And of course, we have this weird thing where the TV option for tag team matches does not show up. And I just went through, all of you can see all the tag team matches there, and it just does not exist. But if we search for it, it shows up. You see that magic? All right, so I know the Texas Hangmen are in the match, so let's go ahead and get them in there. And then their opponents, the two enhancement talents of Becker and Kaluha. There's Kaluha. And there is Todd Becker. Okay, so he is plugged in. They are plugged in. Becker and Kaluha versus the Texas Hangman. And Kaluha, of course, is King Kaluha, who had quite the long career on the Northeast independent circuits, along with a couple stops in the WWF, used as enhancement talent. All right, that match is now booked, and we're moving right along to Mark Young, who will be doing no breakdancing today, against World Light Heavyweight title contender Steve Regal. So here's Young versus Regal. And Steve Regal will make short work of Mark Young. All right, here we go. Regal with the win. And that one is booked out. All right, we got Kenny Johnson here up against Scott Steiner. And I'm sorry, Kenny Johnson, but you are going to get the shit kicked out of you here by Scott Steiner. And we have successfully changed Scott Steiner's finisher to accurately reflect what he was using in 1988. So that's a good sign. Again, we strive for realism here. Van Horne, one of the greatest wrestling names of all time, will face Colonel DeBeers. And DeBeers is engaged currently in a super hot feud with Ron Simmons. And it is going very well. We tried having a similar feud with him with Jimmy Snuka, and it just did not go. And Snuka just kept getting angrier and angrier and angrier. So we had to let Jimmy Snuka go. And Jimmy Snuka has now signed with the WWF, so good for him. All right, we got a Bob Backlund promo here. And we are going to go 5 minutes. Backlund cuts a promo. And here we go. We're going to try Bob Backlund on Entertainment. I'm going to try doing most of our promos now off of Entertainment. And of course, he's going to do this with Larry Nelson, who's going to remain not rated. And of course, Backlund is talking about the man that he is embroiled in a feud with. I think it's Dick Slater. Yeah, Dick Slater. There he is, and we're not going to rate Dick Slater. We're going to rate Bob Backlund on Entertainment. So we are booked for that 5-minute promo, which is exceptionally long, but in the world of TEW, that's what you have to do to try to get a decent rating. All right, next we have another enhancement match, which is Krugnoff versus Backlund. And Krusher Krugnoff was awful. And in the weaning years of the AWA, they actually gave him a push. And don't worry, folks, despite the fact that we're in Canada, they also hated the evil Russians. All right, Larry Zbyszko's got a big promo here. And we're going to give him a full 6 minutes. And of course, he's going to be trash talking his opponents that he is feuding with, which are Kurt Hennig. I'm sorry, not Kurt Hennig. Nick Bockwinkel and Ray Stevens. So we're also going to rate Zbyszko on Entertainment, and Stevens and Bockwinkel will be off screen. All right, that one is booked out, and next we have Frank Reece against Larry Zbyszko. Another 3-minute bout here. And here's Frankie Reece. Keep messing that up. And here is Larry Zbyszko. And of course, Larry Zbyszko is going to get the win here. And that one is booked. All right, moving up here, the Midnight Rockers are going to do a promo. And we'll try it again to see how they do. We have not had much success with Midnight Rocker promos. But we're going to try them on Entertainment here and see if it makes a difference. And, you know, you just got to be willing to try stuff here. So I'm willing to try. There's Marty Jannetty. There is Larry Nelson. And, of course, they are going to be talking about Doug Summers and his partner, Rip Oliver. Entertainment, not rated, not rated, not rated, off screen, booked. All right, and our main event here, which should go 18 minutes. Regular 2 versus 2. There's our tag team champions right there. And then we have Cactus Jack and Greg Wojokowski here. Remember that Cactus Jack is now also managed by Dastardly Don Carson. There it is for the World Tag Team title. And this one is going to be a win for Marty Jannetty. And it is going to be done by DQ. Typical TV finish for a title. All right, we are at 65. We're booked out all the way. Let's go ahead and give it a rip here, folks, and see how we can do. All right, red text of Tomb, but Madusa gets the win. And we don't have... there it is. We got red text of Doom. Hey, all we can do is just keep doing this, you know? And someday it'll stop. All right, Regal gets the win over Mark Young. We only get a 39 for this bout, and he wins with that leg lock. The Regal leg lock. And there it is. Scotty Steiner uses the Northern Light suplex hold. That means he suplexes him back and then holds him for the pin. Got a 46 overall. Not bad in Canada. Look at Kenny Johnson. Look at that mustache, and look at that mullitude. Yes, I said mullitude. That's the combination of mullet and attitude, also known as mullitude. All right, Van Horne with his perfect 80s hair battles Colonel DeBeers here. They get a 39 overall, and so far our scores are pretty poor. However, Bob Backlund, based on entertainment, nets us a 70 here in Canada, and I'll take it. Not bad at all. Even gets a 66 here. 87 and a 20. Very nice. Bob Backlund is over in Canada. All right, 75 for Zbyszko. Again, not bad for Canada. I'll take it. And he gets a 70. Okay, we're doing all right here, folks. We are doing all right. Look at that. Larry Zbyszko scores a 90. Very nice. Hey! Hey! We finally found a winning formula here for the Midnight Rockers. And it's using entertainment to rate them on. So they outscore Zbyszko and Backlund. Very nice. 79 overall for this segment. Excellent. And we're moving right along here to the main event. We get an 83 for this tag match. Terrific. The Midnight Rockers get the win. They retain the title. And I am very happy here. Very pleased. We should have no problems gaining across the board here in Canada. And we do. All 6 regions of Canada get a boost. Terrific. Okay, let's get to part 2 of our taping here. Yesterday I made the error on the show saying that we were going to have a 2-show taping. We're not. It's just Major League Wrestling, so we can get this knocked out in one show. Just becomes a long show, that's all. All right, Terry Ellis is opening up against Nick Konieczki here. Canada's own Nick Konieczki. And of course, it's that enhancement style. And Terry Ellis has done a good job for us counting the lights. He doesn't complain. He knows his role. He's a good man, that Terry Ellis. And there's probably people on the old school wrestling forum I belong to that'll do a post saying that Terry Ellis should get in the Hall of Fame because he was a good job guy. Yes, these people are out there. All right, Collins and Ernesto Jr. And I learned doing some more work on version 7.0, I'm sorry, 8.0, that Tom Ernesto Jr. actually held a title at one point. I heard Jim Cornette talk about him recently, and he said that he was a horrible wrestler and one of the worst second-generation wrestlers in history, which was not very nice, but apparently was very true. And here's the Guerrero brothers. We're going to plug them in, and I can't remember who Ernesto's partner was. And it's Kevin Collins, the man with another great mullet, total mullitude, and a great mustache. Look at the power of that mullet. That's a thing of beauty. All right, we're going to have Hector get the win here in Winnipeg. And the Guerreros were over in Canada, so we should have no problems there with the score. All right, Pullins versus Summers on his own. And another 3-minute enhancement match here. Keith Pullins, of course, from Detroit. So he should have had some visibility in Canada. But then again, who knows? Right there's Doug Summers. And Summers, of course, is going to get the win here over Keith Pullins, who's going to count lights and do his thing. All right, here's Jeff Grilly, who also goes under several other names. I am certain that one of our followers, Grilly versus Simmons, her name is Jen. I'm sure that she will chime in here and remind us about who Jeff Grilly really was and how, yes, he was Jeff Grilly and Jeff Crimley, but he had a real name and he was a trainer and all this stuff. So feel free to chime in with that, Jen. If you didn't, or if you don't, I will be disappointed. All right, here's Ron Simmons. And, of course, Ron Simmons is going to get the win, one of our rising stars here in the AWA. He is working out way better than expected, and I'm glad that we signed him. All right, Al Ringo is supposed to wrestle Mr. Saito, but, of course, Mr. Saito is wrestling for Canada again tonight, so therefore he's not going to wrestle. So Al Ringo is going to get replaced with our man, Ray Stevens. Let's plug him in with Ray Stevens here. All right. And again, does anybody know, did Ray Stevens have a wig? Did he wear a wig? Because it looks like it. All right, that one is booked up here. Next, we got a promo. Scotty Hall is going to lay it down on the mic, and of course, we're going to run him off of entertainment. And you know he's going to talk about Curt Hennig. And he's also going to talk about the fact that coming up soon is Super Sunday, where he will face Curt Hennig for the World Heavyweight title. Because remember, folks, if you put yourself back in the mindset properly, you see these promos on television, Canada or the US, and then once every 12 weeks, they're going to come to a local town by you. So you're not seeing their shows around the loop all the time. So you are pumped for this big event, even though this is pre-pay-per-view. All right, Mad Mountain Mike, who was a big dude, is going to face Scott Hall here. And Mad Mountain Mike, not to be confused with Man Mountain Mike, is going to get put down here in a hurry. And Scott Hall is going to be the man to do the putting down. All right, Scotty Hall with the win here, and we're rolling through this. And there he is. His opponent, Curt Hennig, is going to cut a promo on him, and it's probably going to be a sassy, nasty one. So here is Curt Hennig. Here's Larry Nelson. And of course, he's talking about Scott Hall. You know what? We're going to do this better. We're going to have Scott Hall attack. I'm sorry, Curt Hennig attack Scott Hall after the match. Yeah, that's going to be a lot better. Okay, so let's base Curt Hennig on entertainment, and let's base Scott Hall on star quality, just for that good. Now, let's base him on entertainment also. Okay, booked. So let's bump that down. All right, I had it right in the first place. Okay, we got that straightened out, so that's cool. Got that done. And next we got our tag match, which is an enhancement match. And it is the Midnight Express. Remember, we just scored Randy Rose to an exclusive. So there's the Midnight Express, and we have Blackie Guzman and Mike Tolis. What an awful name. I kind of like it, though. Now that I'm getting used to it, I kind of like it. There is Mike Tolis, our Greek gangster here. Look at that team. Look at Guzman and Tolis. They got a great look. All right, Randy Rose is going to get the win here in Canada. And next, we have Nick Bockwinkel cutting a promo. And we're going to do this one strictly off a microphone, just to change things up. And Nick Bockwinkel, of course, is working with Larry Nelson here. And he's cutting his promo on Larry Zbyszko and Mr. Saito. And of course, we can't put Mr. Saito in. Maybe we can if it's off screen. Nope. Okay, so Larry Zbyszko is going to be off screen. And Larry Nelson's not rated, so we're good there. Oh, yeah, microphone. Okay, Bockwinkel is rated now, and now it's time for our big main event here, which is the Iron Sheik versus Greg Gagne. And I can see I forgot to cut this one down. Here it is, our 1 versus 1. We should be able to go 18 or 16, I don't remember. We could just say Iron Sheik. There we go. We don't need the. Although I'm a big fan of the, and the does not get used often enough today in American speech. Everybody wants to shorten everything. All right, here is Greg Gagne. I think we did this match before at some point, but it should be a good one. So this is going to be a draw, and we're going to have a double countout. Because they're brawling. And this one we can actually have as an epic. Both these guys can work it. Why do I have to cut 6 minutes? Ah, there's the other mistake right there. Didn't cut that one down to 3. So there we go, 64 minutes. And I'm trying to see what causes us to be 1 minute short. That's okay. We'll add 1 minute to that match. And there we are, 65 maxed out. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. I don't know. All right, let's go ahead and run it. And let's see how things go here. All right, red text of doom. Even though Nick Kenichi would be over in Canada, strangely it says that they don't have an interest, an investment in either worker. I have a hard time believing that. All right, the Guerrero brothers over Collins and Ernesto Jr. get a 43. No red text of doom. That's a good sign. Doug Summers gets the win with his figure 4 leg lock over Keith Pullins. We get a 63. 59 for Ron Simmons, 77. Not bad at all. This was Grilly that held down Simmons. And excellent, excellent. Let's see. Well-executed squash. There we go. That's exactly what we're looking for. All right, 57 for Ray Stevens. Hits that bombs away, which was a flying knee drop off the top rope on Al Ringo. And again, another well-executed squash. Terrific. And here we go. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Scott Hall cuts his promo. We get an 82. Nice score. 65 for his match against big, bad Mad Mountain Mike. And inexperience. Still getting penalized for inexperience. That's all right. Nice. 82 for their brawl after the match when Kurt Hennig attacks him. Midnight Express, we're at 53. Not the end of the world. I'm expecting a big score for Bockwinkel here. There we go. That's it. That's what I like to see. A 90 for Nick Bockwinkel based off a microphone. If you remember, we tried that a couple weeks ago and they scored us like a 70. So you just never know. And let's hit to our main event. We get a 78 overall for the main event. I don't get this one, 82-83, and we get a 78. That one doesn't ring well with me. Doesn't make much sense. But we get upped 6 regions in Canada, 76 overall. So we're doing pretty good. All right, so we're rolling along to Thursday now. And I don't think we have a spot show. So we'll have a day off. And then we're going to be right back at our tour in Las Vegas. So there's another enhancement there, Lee Peak. And let's take a look at our incoming. Gene Kanichki runs down Al Ringo. Fair enough. Hector Guerrero likes Nick Kanichki. DeBeers is tired. Cactus Jack is tired. Yada, yada, yada. The usual. Good thing they all got a day off tomorrow. All right, that's going to do it here for us, folks, for this one. I hope you enjoyed the television tapings for Major League Wrestling. And, of course, we'll be back tomorrow. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and share this video with your friends. Go to braddrake.net and drop me a line if you would like version 7.0. And last but not least, facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. Go there and join us in conversation about the Supermod. We have a lot of people sharing their saves. It's a good deal of fun. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.